I'm Kelly from Just a Taste. If you're ready to ditch the delivery, then you won't want to miss this crowd favorite 30-minute barbecue chicken pizza. I'm starting off with some store-bought pizza dough, but you could make this recipe as homemade or as store-bought as you want. So if you've got a really great homemade pizza dough recipe, which I do on Just a Taste, feel free to use that one. And it's really important that the dough is at room temperature. You can see how nice and sticky this guy is because it's going to stretch really easily. So I'm going to add a little bit of flour on top, and then we're going to roll the dough until it's about 12 inches in diameter. And this does not have to be a perfect circle. This is also a really great time to get kids involved. If you want them to do the rolling, you could end up with an oval, a square. It really doesn't matter. It all tastes amazingly the same. And I'm also gonna kind of stretch and pull it a little bit. We just want this dough to relax so we get it nice and thin. I love doing this shape for pizza because when we cut it into triangles, it looks awesome for serving, and I am all about the presentation. Now I'm gonna transfer the dough onto a cornmeal lined baking sheet. And what the cornmeal does is it prevents the dough from sticking, so I'm gonna be pretty generous with how much cornmeal I put on here. And then on goes our dough. Next up, it's time for the toppings. Barbecue chicken pizza, obviously we need chicken. So I've just got some store-bought rotisserie chicken, which I've cut into cubes, and I'm gonna add this to a bowl. Then we're gonna add half of our barbecue sauce, and this way we know that all of the chicken has all of that great barbecue flavor. And this is such a kid-friendly recipe. I love pizza, especially homemade, because no matter what it looks like, it always tastes great. I'm gonna take the remainder of our barbecue sauce, and we're gonna put this onto our dough, leaving about a 1/2 inch to a 1 inch border around the edges. Now we're gonna add that coated chicken onto the dough. Just kind of spacing it out. And I created this recipe because if barbecue chicken pizza is ever on a restaurant menu, you better believe I will be ordering it. So I thought, you know what, I might as well have a homemade version. And like I said, it can be as homemade or as store-bought, so it can be super fast or as time-consuming as you want. Now, of course, we can't have a pizza without cheese. So I've just got some shredded mozzarella. You could also use fresh mozzarella. I'm gonna get a good amount of cheese on top here. And then our last ingredient is totally optional because I know onions on pizza is kind of controversial. So I love it on barbecue chicken pizza. I've just got some thinly sliced red onions. I'm gonna arrange on top here. Now we're gonna pop the pizza into a 500-degree Fahrenheit oven for about 10 minutes, just until the dough's cooked through. So this looks fantastic. The cheese is nice and melted. Crust is golden brown. Perfect, and you'll see it slides right off the baking sheet, and that's because we have all of that cornmeal on there that's preventing the dough from sticking. And now for our final step, also totally optional, I'm gonna add a little bit of fresh cilantro on top. Easy, cheesy, 30-minute barbecue chicken pizza, smoking hot. That is so much better than delivery or frozen pizza, and at the end of the day, it took 30 minutes or less.